Have you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. I have read, if you will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. There is no prayer too small. My God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. No prayer too small. God hears them all.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you. Let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get it out of the coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening it. You then try to bang on the lid, so maybe somebody might notice and start digging their way down to helping you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn for help. In reality, there are probably people standing right near your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to defeat an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you were abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and lose something that God had given you called life? And if that's not selfish enough, what about taking that life away from the people that love and count on you most? Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, husband, wife, children, even your grandchildren. With this, let me leave one last one. Don't be like the person I just spoke about that went to their grave without seeking help. Instead, pick up the phone, call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise I'll help you take your life back before your life is gone. I want to jump right into this. 11 ways to make someone smile and brighten their day. Has a stranger ever done something that made your whole day a little bit brighter? Just a total stranger. Perhaps they opened a door at the bank for you or let you go ahead of them at a store. Remember how good it made you feel? Well, you can make that difference in someone's health. Making someone smile and brighten their day is one of the most generous gifts that you can give anyone. It has a ripple effect that touches the whole community. If you are nice to someone, it is like likely they'll be nice to someone else. In this video, I want to show you simple ways to make some people smile today. Why bother trying to make people smile, you might ask? As I said in the opening, the act of making someone smile touches the entire community around them. Try to think back to someone that last did something that made you smile and brighten your day. Do you remember how that made you feel? Did it make you feel happy? Did it make you feel less stressed? Well, you could do the same for other people. Do you remember how it allowed you to be more friendly with your workmates, friends, and family? A simple or friendly gesture by even a stranger had an effect on the whole world, even if only for a few hours. It rippled through the people in your life. Quite amazing when you think about it, isn't it? So we know making someone smile can change the whole community. That is clear. But what else can it do? Why else should we bother trying to make people smile, you might ask? Well, there are a lot of reasons, actually. And let me explain. Firstly, it makes you feel good about yourself. When you make someone happy, you really feel like you have done some good. You have made a difference in that person's life. So making other people happy makes you happier. Secondly, it is healthy. If you smile at someone and make them smile, you are actually causing chemicals to be released into your body that battle stress and cause feelings of joy. This is good. Making other people smile benefits both yourself and others. Why is it generous, you might ask? As I said before, making someone smile is one of the most generous things you can do. The reason for this is simple. When you smile at someone or brighten their day, you are giving something of yourself to them. You are putting aside your own selfish needs and wants for a moment to make someone else feel good about themselves. And that is extremely generous, my friends. Think about a man opening a door for a lady. Just think about that. This practice is about manners and being a gentleman, but it is also about generosity. You are doing something for someone because it helps them. It's a small act, but it can change someone's entire day. In fact, it might even change someone's entire perception. Imagine if that lady you opened the door for felt badly about men. She may now have a few good feelings about men, even after having bad experiences with them, even sometimes thinking they're jerks. But you just opened the door for her. So how can she not like all men? Now, her mind might shift a little bit. It might not shift entirely, but it might open a little bit of possibilities that maybe there are some good men left in the world. Making someone else smile or brighten their day is all about putting them before you. When you engage in this type of practice, and it is a practice, you also develop positive qualities that in your mind that are patience and kindness. That person will pick up on the signs that you have patience and kindness. But the main quality that you will develop is generosity. If you go out every day and try to make people around you smile, you will develop inner qualities of the most generous persons in the world. This is one of the most respectable and admirable qualities a person can possess. So let's talk about the 11 ways to make someone smile and brighten their whole day. Ways to make you smile? Pretty simple. Here are some simple and easy ways to make people around you smile or brighten their day. They are all small acts, but make a big difference and have big effects. First of all, smile first. The easiest and possible and most effective way to get someone to smile at them is to smile first. People don't seem to do this anymore. I remember when I was a kid walking through a park with my family and everyone would smile at each other and say, hello, nod their heads. Men would tilt their hats for the ladies. Now people sort of just power walk through the park and avert their eyes when they get near you. Perhaps it's because there's so much fear now because of this crisis in the world. I don't know, but what I do know is that if you smile at someone first, they almost always will smile back and make you feel better, and you make them feel better. Be chivalrous. Chivalry is a term dating back to medieval knights and their values of honor, courtesy, and good manners. It is a very simple practice where you start to behave in a kind of courteous way to people around you, and especially to members of the opposite sex. A typical example would be holding the door for someone standing up to greet someone when they meet you for lunch. Again, it is easy to make people feel good, and that is one way to do that. Number 3 is be self-deprecating. Self-deprecation is one of the best ways to make friends and people make you smile, and you make them smile. People love it when someone makes self-deprecating jokes because it makes them seem less arrogant and more approachable. The best comedians are those who use this style of self-deprecation to interact with the audience like I'm doing with you right now. But remember this. Remember, this is supposed to be the most to make people smile, not make people feel sorry for you. Self-deprecation is not about going into a bar and telling everyone how bad your life is. It's more about being able to make fun of yourself. It's like roasting yourself and taking yourself a little less seriously. For example, if you slip over at a restaurant and make a big mess, you might make a quick joke like, it was like when I got here, instead of getting all the angry and serious and trying to blame someone or something around you. People hate that. Number 4 is listen. When someone is talking to you, listen to them. Have eye contact with them. Don't just sit there waiting for your turn to talk and roll your eyes. Actually, listen. This is one of the best ways to make people feel good about themselves. The classic book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, talks about how important it is to be genuinely interested in people when they are speaking to you. The reason this makes people like you is because it makes them feel good about themselves. The book talks about how people perceive someone as interesting if they sit there to listen to you talk. People don't care if your arm wrestled Darth Vader on the top of the Egyptian pyramids. They want you to listen to their stories, especially elderly. Ways to make someone smile. Number 5 is surprise someone. Have you ever brought flowers home for your wife or your girlfriend because it was Wednesday, not Valentine's Day, that fell on Wednesday, just because it was Wednesday? Surprising someone for no particular reason other than to make that person smile is a fantastic way to brighten that someone's day. Number 6 is to take on some work. Quite often the reason someone is angry is because of all the work that they have. It might be a deadline at the office, or it might be a pile of dirty clothes in the laundry. And quite often you can reverse that person's mood and make them smile by taking on their work. If you have a few spare minutes at the office, you might want to volunteer to run some errands for someone, a person who might be struggling in your office, or you might want to do the dishes even though it's not your turn. A little extra work can often brighten someone's day, and that makes them smile. Number 7 is be humble. I'm always shocked at how much truly humble person can improve my day. The inner warmth seems to radiate outwards and makes you feel good. So be humble to someone. That is sure another way to get someone to smile, and certainly to help them make it through the day. And then as you are humble, you make them humble. You make them feel good. You make them want to help other people, and that surely is a good sign. Number 8 is make eye contact. Eye contact is very important. I am making eye contact with you. You are enjoying my story. You are enjoying this video because I am literally having eye contact with you. Number 9 is offer a random compliment like, hello, you look beautiful today, or wow, your cologne smells good. That is a sure way to make someone smile. Or say, I noticed something different about you. Have you lost weight? Or things as such. You get it. Number 10 is to ask people their name. When you meet new people, ask them for their name. And the best way to do that is say, hi, my name is Ralph. What is your name? That is another sure way to get people to appreciate you and to make them smile. The goal here. And last but not least is shake their hands, hug or physically interact. The final thing I'm going to offer is one of the most powerful. It is a physical interaction. This is truly a wonderful way to cheer someone up and brighten their day. Do that today. Humans are sensual creatures. Their lives are dictated by smells, sights, tastes, and sounds. But all of these senses, it seems the most powerful way to interact with another human is by touch. So do it today. Make someone smile. Tell them how much you appreciate being around them. And may God bless you.
Have you ever prayed but never got an answer and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. Will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. you.